Hello students. Today we will be doing part 2 of chapter 1. In this we will be knowing the properties of congruences, that is property 1 and 2. Now let us know property 1. Now two properties I will be teaching in this properties of congruences, and these are under property 1 7 subheads I have written, or sub property you can consider. Two properties I will be teaching under the properties of congruences, and these all properties doesn't need any proof. These all properties will help you in solving the RSA algorithm or understanding the sums based on RSA algorithm. So let us first understand it. The properties: A is congruent to B modulo M if A and B have the same remainder when divided by M. That is, if this type of inequality or this type of congruence is there, that is A is congruent to B modulo M, then if this A is divided by M or B is divided by M, the remainder will be same. So see over here, I have written one example over here. 13 is congruent to 29 modulo 4. You can see over here 13 minus of 29 will be 6 and 1 16 or minus 16. So obviously minus of 16 is divisible by 4, therefore this equation is valid, that is 13 is congruent to 29 modulo 4. But over here, if I divide 13 by 4, we will be getting the remainder as 1. Also we will be dividing this 29 by 4, we will be getting the remainder as 1. So this is the first property or the first sub property under the property 1 head. That is, if A is congruent to B modulo M, then A and B have the same remainder when divided by M. Let us come to property number 2. A is congruent to 0 modulo M. Clearly over here, if A is congruent to 0 modulo M, then obviously this A is divisible by M, because A minus 0 equals to A only. A is congruent to A modulo M, as M divides A minus A, that is M divides 0. So you can see over here, this is the if you have done this equivalent relation in the first chapter, equivalent relation in the first chapter. So equivalent, a relation F is said to be equivalent, or a relation R is said to be equivalent if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Reflexive means all the identity element belong. Symmetric means if AB belongs to the set, then BA also belongs to the set. And transitive means AB and BC belongs to the set, then AC also belongs to the set. This equivalent relation you have done in the first chapter. So over here, the same thing holds for this modulo relation also, that I want to say. So let us first this one. A is congruent to A modulo M, that is over here reflexive. A is congruent to B modulo M and B is congruent to A modulo M. A is congruent to B modulo M implies B is congruent to A modulo M. That is, AB belongs to the relation, then B also belongs to the relation. So this one is symmetric. Now A is congruent to B modulo M, B is congruent to C modulo M, then A is congruent to C modulo M. You can see AB, BC, then AC belongs to the relation. So same is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So we can say this, that is the modulus relation, that is congruence relation, that is A congruent to B modulo M is an equivalent relation. Now next is A is congruent to B modulo M. If I add it or subtract it to A and B, the same relation will hold. That is, if A is congruent to B modulo M, then A plus minus X is congruent to B plus minus X modulo M. You can take example also. The same example here I am taking. 29 is, sorry, you can write 29 also over here. 29 is congruent to 13 modulo 4. 29 minus 13 is 16. No, 9 minus 3 is 6. So 16 is divisible by 4. Now over here, if I add something over here, suppose I add 1. So 29 plus 1 is congruent to 13 plus 1, that is over here 14 modulus 4. So let us check it. 29 plus 1 is 30, this one is 14 and modulus of 4. Modulus of 4. Now 30 minus of 14 will be equals to 16. So obviously 30 minus 14 equals to 16 is divisible by 4. So this 30 is congruent to 14 modulus 4. Similarly, if we do this subtraction, we will be getting the same result. So A is congruent to B modulo M implies A plus minus X is congruent to B plus minus X modulo M. Same is with multiplication. A is congruent to B modulo M implies AX is congruent to BX modulo M. Here this M remains same, it is not changed. But in case of this division, it changes. A is congruent to B modulo M implies A by X is congruent to B by X modulo M by X. Here see, X is being divided to all A, B and M. So the condition will be provided that X is a divisor of A, B and M. So these all properties just keep in mind. All are easy while calculation. If you keep in mind, it will be helpful for you. So if the first property I repeat, A and B modulo M, if A and B give the same remainder when divided by M. A is minus 0 is divisible by M, this is quite clear. A is congruent to A modulo M. A is congruent to B modulo M implies this equivalent relation, all the three properties you keep in mind. Plus minus X, here also plus minus X, into, here also into, division, all three division. So this is property 1. Let us go to property 2 under the properties of congruences. Now let us understand property 2 under the properties of congruences topic. In property 2 I have written 5 subheads. Let us understand them one by one. If A, B and C, D are 4 integers and M is a positive integer such that A is congruent to B modulo M and C is congruent to D modulo M, that is M divides A minus B and M divides C minus D, then A plus minus C is congruent to B plus minus D modulos M. That is, if we do, whether we do the addition or the subtraction, this relation will hold. Take simpler examples and try to satisfy all the properties and check whether they are satisfying or not. Okay, let me check for one. Let us suppose that 3 is congruent to 1 modulo 2. 3 minus 1 is divisible by 2. Let us take one more example. 5 is congruent to 3. 5 minus 3 is 2, which is divisible by 2. Means you can take any example. 3 minus 1 is 2 is divisible by 2. 5 minus 3 is 2 divisible by 2. So now we have to do the addition. Now 3 plus 5 is, here this M should be same. See over here, this should not change. So over here 3 plus 5 is 8 and over here 4 and modulo 2. So we can clearly see over here that 8 minus of 4 is 4 and 4 is divisible by 2. So 8 is congruent to 4 modulo 2. We can take the difference as well. Whether you subtract this one or this one, it will be obviously divisible by 2. So the first property holds. Similarly for the multiplication, that is, if it holds, then AC is congruent to BD modulus of M. Please rectify it with the help of an example. Now next is, if A is congruent to, over here, if it holds, then A is congruent to B plus C modulus M. See over here, A is congruent to B modulus M and C is congruent to D modulus M. Then A will be congruent to, over here, B plus C modulus M and C is congruent to D modulus M, means C is congruent to D modulus M. The same thing I have written over here. A is congruent to B plus C modulus M and this C is congruent to D modulus M. Then we can write with the help of these two. This will imply that A is congruent to B plus D modulus of M. Means in place of this C, we can write this D modulus of M. I think you understand. Okay, rectify this with the help of example, it will help you. This one is very important, which you will be using in solving the sums. If A is congruent to B modulus M, then A power n is congruent to B power n modulus of M, where n belongs to the set of integers. So the powers, whether you increase, means if you increase, you will increase of both A and B. Then if it is A is congruent to B modulus M, then A power n will also be congruent to B power n modulus of n. Okay. Now this last property, A power P into B power Q modulus of M, we can write as A power P modulus of n dot of B power Q modulus of n. Just the distributive property with multiplication. This property number 4, you please take care. I am doing supporting this property 4 with the help of an example, and you will feel its importance as well. So let us do one example. So let us do this example. Find the value of 3 power 2500 modulus of 13. So I have written the solution over here. Let us understand the solution. First of all over here 3 power something modulus of 13. So let us understand over here 3 power 1. 3 power 1 is congruent to 3 modulus of 13. You can see over here 13 divides 3 minus 3, that is 0. Again using that property number 4 in property 2 means subpart number 4. When I said that over here that if P is congruent to Q modulo M, then P power Q is congruent to Q power, means if power is raised, the same congruence holds. If it is P, Q and over here M, then N we can write. Here N should not, here it will be remaining as M only. So I have increased the power to 2. Why I am doing this? So that I should get 1 over here. Here I want 1. Okay. So by this step I will not get 1. I will continue increasing the power or the exponent 1 by 1. So 3 power 2 is congruent to 3 power 2 modulo of 13 because 13 divides 9 minus 9. Over here we can see this 9 is still lesser than 13. Again let us increase one more power. So 3 power 3 is congruent to 3 power 3 modulo of 13 because obviously 13 divides 27 minus 27. But over here this 27 is more than 13. So now I can divide this 27 by 13. 27 by 13. So 13 2s are 26. Remainder is 1. So here in place of this 27 I can write 1 because 27 divided by 13 remainder is 1. Here we have to write the remainder. So 27 or 3 power 3 is congruent to 1 modulo of 13. Now here whatever power we increase it will be remain as 1 only. So now my main target is to increase whatever I increase over here, here it will remain 1 only and here 13 only. So whatever the changes now I have to do with RHS or the right side. So now over here it is power 3 and I want to make it 2500. So first I will be dividing 2500 by 3. I will be seeing that the quotient is 833 but the remainder is 1. So it is not completely divisible. One more 3 is required. I mean this remainder 1 will be left. So even then to close, means closer to 2500 we can go. So I have increased the power to 833. The complete quotient I have written over here. So 3 power 3 power 833 equals to 1 power 833 modulo of 13 using the same property, property number 4. So this has become 2499. You can see 2499 is congruent to 1 modulo of 13. Now I want one more 3. So 1 more 3 means multiplied by 3. So if I multiply by 3 over here, here also I have to multiply because property we are knowing. So 3 power 2499 plus 1 is congruent to 3 modulo of 13. 3 multiplied to both the sides. So this will become 3 power 2500 is congruent to 3 modulo of 13. So here we got the result that 13 means 2500 minus 3 is completely divisible by 13. So 2500 modulo 13 is 3. That is when we will divide 2500 by 13, remainder will be 3. This one is the remainder. Always keep in mind this becomes the remainder. Okay, so the value of 3 to the power 2500 modulo of 13 is 3.
Now in the next video we will be going to the next section of the chapter, that is cryptography. Till then, thank you all. Goodbye.